So today I heard a joke. Why is the ocean salty? Because when the Titanic sank, all of the crackers fell in. But wait, did the Titanic actually make the ocean salty? Let's run the numbers. First, what is a cracker? Well, a cracker is a slur with flavor. It has historically been used to describe poor white Southerners and also Scottish Irish immigrants. And yeah, even Shakespeare got spicy with it back in 1596 in his play King John. Truly classy, right? So how did we come up with our salty little number anyways? Well, to the spreadsheets. First, we used our previously defined term of what a cracker is, a poor white Southerner or Scottish-Irish immigrant. Then we took a deep dive into the Titanic's historical passenger record. We filtered by nationality, name and origin, and cabin class. We scrolled through it like it was 1912 LinkedIn. And after some extremely scientific stereotyping, we landed on a very specific estimate of 129.38 crackers on board. Yes, we had to fractionalize people. No, we don't regret it. So once we established how many crackers were on board, we then broke them down by gender and age. We also assigned a rough body weight estimate based on 1912 regional data. European men weighing approximately 156 pounds. American men, only 150. Women and children were both on par. 123 pounds for the women and 100-ish pounds for children. This comes up to be about 19,583 pounds of total cracker weight. Now comes the science. Humans are approximately 0.15% sodium by weight. Salt, NaCl, is only 40% sodium. So we reverse engineered the math, multiplied everything out, and we got about 33.31 kilograms of salt, which is barely enough to salt your driveway. But it is, however, enough to generously flavor 14,000 pounds of potato chips, which is also how much your average Walmart sells in 2 years. So how much is that really? Well, the ocean contains about 50 quintillion kilograms of salt. That's a 5, followed by 19 zeros. Our Titanic salt donation, 33.31 kilograms? So no, not exactly throwing off the pH balance any. So how many Titanics would it actually take to salt the ocean? Answer, 1.5 quintillion Titanics. Line them up bow to stern, you'd get a Titanic train stretching over 48.2 light years. That's far enough to reach to Alpha Centauri and back. 6 times. And if you tried to store all of those Titanics here on Earth, you need over 1,400 Earths. That's 108% the size of Jupiter. That's not even counting parking. But, okay, let's get serious for a minute. If it's not for the Titanic's cracker cargo, why is the ocean salty? The short answer? Weathering, erosion, and time. But, come on, you know we weren't stopping there. When rain falls, it's slightly acidic, thanks to the carbon dioxide in the air. As the rain flows over rocks, it breaks them down and pulls out minerals like sodium, calcium, and magnesium. These mineral-packed waters makes its way into rivers, which all lead to oceans. And when the water evaporates, those minerals stay. Repeat that cycle for tens of thousands, if not millions of years, boom, you have ocean soup. And we can't forget about the underwater volcanoes and hydrothermal vents. Yeah, those deep-sea rage chimneys are constantly blasting superheated, mineral-rich water into the sea. They're like Earth's espresso machine, but instead of caffeine, it's magnesium, sulfur, and chemical chaos. Add that to the erosion recipe, and you've got a perfect cocktail for long-term saltiness. So no, it's not the Titanic making the ocean salty. It's just Earth being spicy. Bonus fact: if we evaporated all of the water in the ocean, the leftover salt would cover the Earth's continents in a 500-foot thick layer. That's taller than the Statue of Liberty. So yeah, the ocean's already doing the most. And here's the real kicker. In 2015, a cracker from the Titanic sold at auction for $23,000. It was preserved by a survivor named James Fenwick in a lifeboat survival kit. It was auctioned by Henry Aldridge & Son, the world's leading Titanic auction house. The cracker was just 3.5 square inches. That's a price tag of $6,571 per square inch of century-old stale. Now for some cursed math. A sleeve of saltines holds about 40 to 50 crackers, which means a single sleeve, if it had been on the Titanic, would now be worth over $1.1 million. That's more than 2 full college degrees from Harvard. So next time you drop crumbs on your couch, just remember, you might be sitting on an Ivy League education. So join me next time as we tackle another crucial question. Are atoms really that untrustworthy? Like, comment, subscribe, and stay salty, my friends.